Hey y'all, it's your favorite trader Jazz and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a quick tutorial on how I draw trend lines. It's going to be super quick and easy, and let's go ahead and jump straight into the charts. Okay, so I was going to do in the video because I don't have any trend lines on the video, but that would be a super boring video. I mean, we're just shooting straight up. It would just be two trend lines. So I'm actually going to do another one that I found is a little bit more challenging, and that is Roblox. So I used to trade Roblox a lot, actually. And in my course, I have a lot of examples on Roblox because it was like very fun to trade and easy to trade, especially if you have a small account. As you can see, Roblox is a little bit more interesting and dynamic. We have some zigzag motion going on. So with trend lines, I really like to go on the smaller time frames, reserve the support and resistance beams for the larger time frames, and then I zoom in for my trend lines. And so I just go up here to the trend line tool, which is this first one here, and then we're going to start drawing our trend lines, starting at the base, which would be your support, and then drawing up. Now, you're probably wondering, why didn't I put this here? I didn't put it here because of this reason right here. Right there. That's only one touch point. So I go off of how many points can I touch? How many pivot areas have I hit with my line? If I put the trend line here, it's only one. Only have one pivot area right there. Now, if I take this trend line and I move it up, click it, drag it, move it up, change the angle a little bit, bam. Way more touch points, way more pivot areas. Okay, look at that. Pivot here, resistance, wick down. You gotta zoom in for that. Wick down, came up, rejected it. So resistance, which is still respecting the area, and then support. So 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points versus 1. That is why I decided to put that there. So you just want to go off of touch points. And again, it's not going to be 100% perfect, especially when you're working with just a single line, but it gives you a general area of what to look for on your chart where price is going to either get supported or get rejected. Now I can clone this so I can have the same type of angle and then place it at the top here. Change the angle a little bit so I can just hit it a little bit better. And then there we go. I have 3 touch points here. 1, let me draw it. Rejection, rejection, rejection. And this little channel that we just drew pretty much is just a 2-week channel. This is going from Friday, March 15th, and today is April 1st. So this is just a 2-week channel, so this is definitely on a smaller time frame, on the 15-minute time frame. And that's just a channel we can use for day trading. Let's say we were back here trying to trade, okay? So we're back here trying to trade. I can take this top part and draw a trend line. Ooh, where do I want to put this? Ooh, we can actually drag this out. Look at that. Look at that. Those of you that are good with just kind of visualizing things can probably see exactly why I put this here. Go over it in more detail. So why I put this here, and this would be a top trend line, supposed to be resistance trend line. So we have resistance here, didn't quite hit, that's too far, so I'm not even going to count that. Resistance here, support here. After gapping above it, it came back and retested it as support multiple times. So when I zoom in, you can see, look at all of that. Multiple times it did that. And then it came back again and did it. And then when we cross action channel that we just drew, we see right here was a significant area, and this was also a significant candle happening at this area, so I don't think that's a coincidence. So on this same line, we have it being respected as resistance here, came back down, and once it broke out of this channel that we just drew, it respected this line that we just drew. All those touch points, that is a great trend line. Again, I can take it, clone it, get the same angle, and your angles may change. Your top angle may not be the same as your bottom angle, but all right, so we have a couple options here. I could put it here. Then we have 1, 2, 3, almost 4 touch points. Or I could put it here, and that's only 2 touch points first time, or I could put it here, and that's 1, 2. This would be acting as resistance, so 3, 4, 5, 6 touch points. So that's where I'm going to leave it. It's really that simple. You just want to count how many touch points, how many resistance areas it is hitting. I'm going to clone this again. And try to see if I can get a top angle here to hit. That's pretty good. Change the angle just a little bit maybe, and actually shorten it a little bit. That'll do. So this top channel, resistance, resistance, almost resistance, resistance, support. All right, and this is just within a 2-month time frame. If you were to try to draw this on like a larger scale, your chart would be so messy and hard to read. That's why I like to do trend lines on a smaller time frame. Right now we're within these 2 channels that are kind of overlapping and kind of like this weird L shape. Let's say we completely broke out of this, and this is the 4-hour time frame, so it looks a little different. Let me go to the 1 hour. All right, so this is the 1 hour. Okay, let's say we completely broke out of this and price is right here right now, and we just like went up here and did all these other things. Well, then I would have to get another trend line. Once I started breaking out of this formation, I would start deleting trend lines so I don't get too confused and it doesn't get too messy. I would probably like delete this if we haven't been to this price area in a minute, or I would delete this bottom one if we haven't been down that low in a while. So stuff like that. But so for the most part, you want to keep your trend lines concise and within a day trading time frame. It can get really confusing if you try to put them everywhere on a larger time frame, or if you keep them up for too long. Once they've completely broken out of all the channels, then delete it. They work very well in these smaller time frames. They respect these levels very well. If you guys like the video, then make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.